it seems like AI is just everywhere these days.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like every time you turn around,
Yeah.
someone's talking about AI.
It's inescapable.
You see it in the headlines. It's changing industries.
Right.
It's popping up in, like, even just casual conversations.
Yeah.
And I bet you're probably here listening to this right now because you're starting to feel that AI wave too, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe you're prepping for some kind of big meeting at work,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you're exploring a new career path,
Yeah.
or maybe you're just curious about what all this hype is all about.
That's right.
So you've come to the right place.
Absolutely.
Because in this deep dive, we're going to cut through all the noise and figure out what's really happening with AI,
We will.
especially when it comes to this thing called the AI skills gap.
Yeah.
So we've got some great sources to help us unpack all this.
Okay.
We've got research reports from IBM, Oracle, and Microsoft,
Okay.
and LinkedIn, plus a recent CNBC article that kind of shines a light on how some of these big tech companies are responding to this whole AI skills thing.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah.
what's fascinating to me is that AI is like rapidly moving from just like this niche tech topic to a mainstream force.
It really is.
It seems like we're at this point where it's not just about understanding like how AI works, all the technical stuff,
Right.
but understanding like its impact on businesses and jobs. And I don't know, even like the global economy.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just for the computer scientists and the tech folks anymore.
Yeah, so you're saying it's not just about geeking out over algorithms anymore.
No, not at all.
It's really about that bigger picture.
Yeah, it's about the impact.
Yeah.
It's about how this is going to change the world.
Absolutely.
And one of the most significant challenges that we're facing right now is this AI skills gap.
Okay.
It's like we have all these amazing tools, but not enough people who know how to use them.
So, okay, let's unpack that a little bit.
All right.
Because our sources, those research reports that we have from IBM and Oracle and Microsoft and LinkedIn, they really highlight this skills gap.
Yeah, they do.
They paint a pretty stark picture of just how big this skills gap really is.
They do. And one of the things that really jumped out at me was that IBM and Oracle found that over 60% of CEOs are saying that the lack of AI knowledge in their organizations is a major roadblock.
Whoa, over 60%.
For 60%.
So that means, like, imagine you're a CEO.
Yeah.
And you're sitting in a room with 10 of your CVO buddies.
Right.
And like 6 of them are struggling with this.
Yeah.
That would make you sit up and take notice.
Absolutely. It would make me rethink my entire strategy.
Yeah, it's like trying to run a car company without any mechanics.
Right.
You know?
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Yeah. And it's not just about not having the skills to build complex AI systems either.
Okay.
Microsoft and LinkedIn, their research shows that a lot of companies are struggling even with basic AI strategy.
Oh, really?
Almost 80% of business leaders, they think that AI is crucial for them to stay competitive. But get this, over half of them, they don't have a clear plan for implementing it.
Oh, wow. So it's like they know they need to get on this AI highway.
Yeah.
But they're stuck at the on-ramp.
That's a great way to put it.
They don't know which direction to go.
They know they need to do it, but they're not sure how.
Right.
And that hesitation, that's costing them.
Right.
That same research, it found that 71%, a whopping 71% of business leaders would rather hire someone with less experience, but who has AI skills over someone with tons of experience, but no AI knowledge.
Whoa. So they're prioritizing AI skills over experience.
They are.
So what does that tell us about the future of work?
I think it tells us that AI is not just a nice to have anymore.
Yeah.
It's becoming a must-have.
Yeah, it's becoming like essential, right? Like
Yeah.
knowing how to use a computer or the internet.
Exactly. Those are basic skills now.
You wouldn't get very far in most jobs without those.
And AI is becoming that. Yeah.
And that's why we're seeing these major tech companies like Google and Adobe and IBM. They're stepping up to try to close this AI skills gap.
Okay, yeah. Let's get into that a little bit.
Right.
Because this CNBC article we have really dives into some interesting initiatives that they've launched to try to kind of close this gap. So it seems like Google and Adobe and IBM, they're all taking kind of different approaches.
They are.
But they all seem to be like investing heavily in AI education.
Yeah, they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Google, for example, has this AI Opportunity Fund.
They do. It's a $75 million fund.
$75 million. Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious commitment from them.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
So what do you think is driving this urgency from these these tech giants?
Well,
Why are they, like, pouring so much money into training people
yeah,
outside their company?
that's a great question.
What's the motive?
Yeah, what's the motive? And I think that the simple answer is that it benefits them. How so?
Well, the wider the adoption of AI, the more valuable their tools and platforms become.
Oh, I see.
So they're creating a bigger market for their products and services.
So it's like they're planting seeds for a future harvest.
Yeah, exactly.
They're betting that by increasing AI literacy, they'll create a more fertile ground for all their AI innovations to flourish.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation.
Right.
Individuals gain valuable skills, making them more competitive in the job market. And these companies benefit from a larger, more skilled workforce that can use their technologies.
So, Adobe's approach is interesting because they're really focusing on reaching a massive audience.
They are. They're going for 30 million people by 2030.
30 million people, that's huge.
That's ambitious.
And they're really leaning into their strengths with this initiative.
Yeah.
They're really focusing on how AI can empower creativity, especially in these digital fields.
Yeah, so instead of focusing solely on just the hardcore technical skills, they're talking about AI for digital marketing, content creation, design.
All the things that Adobe is known for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're expanding their Adobe Digital Academy. They're
Right.
collaborating with online learning platforms like Coursera.
Yeah.
And they're working with schools and colleges to integrate AI into those curriculums.
Wow.
Yeah, they're trying to reach everybody.
So what I found interesting in this article about Adobe is their focus on the ethical use of AI.
Yeah, that's important.
So it's not just about teaching people how to use the tools, but it's also about installing this sense of responsibility
Right.
and awareness
Okay.
about the potential impacts of AI.
It's not enough to just know how to use the tools. You have to think about the consequences.
Yeah, it's like teaching drivers not just how to operate a car,
Yeah.
but the rules of the road
Yes.
and the importance of safe driving.
You have to be a responsible user of AI.
Absolutely.
And that's a crucial element that often gets overlooked in all the excitement about, the new technology.
Right, everyone wants to jump in and start using it, but
Yeah, but there's more to it than that.
we need to be responsible about it.
Yeah.
So we've got Google focusing on a broad range of applications.
Yes.
Adobe zeroing in on the creative and digital space.
Mm-hmm.
What about IBM? What's their approach?
Well, IBM is taking a slightly different approach.
Okay.
They're placing a big emphasis on partnerships with universities
Oh, interesting.
and expanding their existing training platform, IBM Skills Build.
Okay.
They're aiming to train 2 million people worldwide by 2026.
2 million. Wow.
It's a big number.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're taking a more traditional educational route,
Yeah, you could say that.
kind of working with these established institutions
Mhm.
to deliver these AI courses.
They have the infrastructure and they have the reach, so it makes sense for them to leverage those.
And IBM Skills Build, that's a good example of this.
It is.
Yeah.
Right, they're offering free courses on a wide range of tech topics.
Yeah, it's not just AI, it's cybersecurity,
Mm.
cloud computing, data science, all sorts of things.
It's amazing how all these tech companies are kind of approaching this in a different way.
It is.
But they all kind of have this one thing in common, right?
What's that?
They're recognizing that investing in AI education is not just like a social good.
Right.
It's
It's not just charity.
a smart business strategy.
It's an investment.
Yeah.
And this collaborative spirit, I think that's evident in initiatives like the AI-enabled ICT Workforce Consortium.
That's a mouthful.
It is. It's a mouthful, but it's an important initiative.
So what is that exactly?
It's a consortium that brings together some really big names in tech.
Okay.
Google, Microsoft, Intel, Accenture, and they're all focused on this issue of the AI skills gap.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
It is, and it shows that this is something that the industry is taking very seriously.
So tell me more about this consortium.
Well, their focus is on addressing the future impact of AI on the technology workforce.
Okay.
And making sure that we're prepared for the changes that are coming.
So they're really thinking long term.
Yes. They're trying to get ahead of the curve.
Okay.
And I think Cisco, they're the company behind this consortium.
Right.
They really hit the nail on the head with their statement about, AI's potential to benefit mankind.
Okay.
Francine Kitsoudis, she's their chief people policy and purpose officer.
Okay.
She emphasized the importance of acting intentionally to ensure that no one is left behind in this technological shift.
It's like they're recognizing that this isn't just about individual companies competing anymore.
I don't know.
It's about fostering this, like, collaborative environment where everyone can contribute to and benefit from the AI revolution.
It's about lifting all boats.
Yeah.
It's about making sure that everyone has the opportunity to participate in this new AI-powered world.
Right.
And that no one is left behind.
Absolutely. It can't just be about training a select few, right?
It has to be for everyone. We need to make AI education accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status.
I couldn't agree more.
So we've talked about the growing demand for AI skills.
Yeah.
And how major companies are investing in training.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm curious,
Okay.
what are these AI skills that everyone keeps talking about?
Yeah, that's a great question. What are they?
What does it even mean to have AI skills?
Yeah, and we could spend hours unpacking that.
Yeah.
But for this deep dive, let's focus on a few key areas.
Okay, sounds good. Lead the way.
All right. Well, I think first and foremost, there's a need for people who understand the fundamentals of AI.
Okay.
You know, it's not necessarily about becoming like a hardcore programmer or like a data scientist.
Yeah.
It's more about just having that basic understanding of the technology, how it works, its capabilities, its limitations.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like AI literacy.
AI literacy. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's like
just like we need to be literate in you know,
reading and writing.
Reading, writing, math.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're now entering an era where AI literacy is becoming just as important.
So you need to be able to understand its potential applications.
Yeah.
You need to be able to like critically evaluate AI-driven solutions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then beyond that foundational knowledge, there's a growing demand for skills in more specific areas of AI.
Okay.
Like machine learning.
Okay.
Natural language processing.
Okay, I've heard those terms.
And computer vision.
But can you break those down a little bit for me?
Sure.
And for our listeners
Yeah.
who might not be familiar with what those are.
Absolutely. So think of machine learning as the process of teaching computers to learn from data.
Okay.
It's like giving a computer a giant set of examples and letting it figure out the patterns and the rules on its own.
Interesting.
Without being explicitly programmed.
So it's learning by doing. Kind of.
Yeah, essentially. And then you have natural language processing, which is all about helping computers to understand human language.
Okay.
So think of things like chatbots, virtual assistants, and language translation tools.
Okay, so that's huge.
Yeah, it's a big field.
Yeah.
And then there's computer vision, which is enabling computers to see and interpret images and videos.
So that's being used in like self-driving cars.
Exactly.
Self-driving cars, medical imaging.
Facial recognition.
Facial recognition, all sorts of things.
So those are the kind of like more specialized skills that would be required for roles like data scientist.
Data scientist, yeah.
AI engineer.
AI engineer, that's a big one.
Machine learning specialist.
Exactly. Those are the hot jobs right now.
Yeah, so, but even within those specialized fields, there's like a wide range of skills and expertise required.
Absolutely. It's not just one size fits all.
Right.
Some roles focus more on developing algorithms.
Right. And building AI models, while others are focused on data preparation, analysis, interpretation.
So it's like a whole ecosystem of AI-related skills and roles.
It is. It's a whole new world.
It's not just about coding anymore.
Not at all. It's much broader than that.
So, you know, someone listening to this might be thinking,
all
right, this is all very interesting, but how do I, like, actually get started in this?
Yeah, how do I break in?
Where do I go to learn these AI skills?
That's the million-dollar question.
What advice would you give to someone who's just starting out, who's interested in this?
Well, the good news is that there are more resources available today than ever before.
Okay, that's good.
You don't need a formal degree in computer science to get started.
Really?
There are tons of online courses, boot camps, and even free resources like YouTube channels.
Oh, wow.
Online tutorials, all sorts of stuff.
So it's really about finding the learning style and format that works best for you.
Find what works for you.
Some people might like thrive in this like structured online course environment, while other people might prefer like a more self-directed approach.
Exactly.
Just using free resources.
Some people like to go at their own pace.
Right.
Some people like a little more structure.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the value of networking.
Okay.
And connecting with other people who are interested in AI.
Yeah, find your tribe.
Yeah, find your tribe, go to industry events, join online communities.
Okay.
Reach out to people who are already working in the field.
Yeah.
Learning from others is incredibly valuable.
You know, I was talking to a friend the other day who's a graphic designer.
Okay.
And she was telling me how she's starting to incorporate these AI tools into her workflow.
Interesting.
Like as a graphic designer.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, it's a great example of how AI is not just creating these new jobs in the tech sector, but it's also transforming these existing roles and empowering people to work more efficiently and creatively.
That's what she said.
What kinds of things was she doing?
She said it's helping her automate a lot of these really tedious, repetitive tasks
No.
that she used to spend hours on.
Yeah, those are the things that computers are really good at.
Yeah. And now she can focus more on the strategic
Right.
and creative aspects of her work.
The things that humans are really good at.
The things that humans are good at. You
And
know?
the things that computers are not so good at.
Right. It's like AI is giving her superpowers,
Yeah.
augmenting her abilities,
That's a great way to put it.
allowing her to achieve more in less time.
And that's a theme that we're seeing across industries.
Yeah.
AI can free us from these mundane tasks
Right.
and allow us to focus on these higher level thinking, creativity, problem solving.
Yeah, the things that we as humans should be doing.
Exactly. Let the machines do the boring stuff.
But, as with any powerful technology, right?
Yeah.
There are always potential risks
Of course.
and challenges that we need to be aware of.
Right.
So things like bias in algorithms,
Yes, that's a big one.
privacy concerns,
Huge.
the potential displacement of jobs.
Yeah, we have to be mindful of those things.
Absolutely.
It's important to have open and honest conversations about these challenges.
Yeah.
We need to be mindful of the potential negative impacts of AI.
Yeah.
And work towards developing these ethical guidelines
Yeah.
and regulations to make sure that this technology is used responsibly.
Right. Ethically,
Yeah.
responsibly.
We don't want to create a dystopian future.
No Signet.
Exactly. We
What
want to
you-
use this technology for good,
Right.
but we have to be careful about it.
Absolutely.
We have to be intentional about it.
I share your optimism, though.
Okay.
I think that it's an exciting time to be alive.
Is.
And I think that AI has this potential to unlock some really incredible opportunities for humanity.
It does. It has the potential to solve some of the world's biggest problems.
But it's up to us to shape its development and make sure that it serves our collective best interests.
We have to be the ones in control.
So where do we go from here?
Yeah. What's next?
What are the next steps for individuals who are interested in exploring the world of AI and maybe developing some of these skills?
Yeah, well, what can they do today?
What are some concrete things that people can do today to get started?
That's a great question, and that's what we're going to talk about in the next part of this deep dive. Yeah, what can people do today? Well, it's kind of like, you're standing at the base of this mountain,
Okay.
right? You need to climb it,
Yeah,
but it's just kind of overwhelming with all the different paths you can take.
it can be, yeah.
So where do you even begin?
Right.
Well, I think one of the most accessible entry points is online learning.
Okay, yeah.
There are platforms like Coursera,
Yeah,
EDX, Udacity.
those are big names, yeah.
Yeah, and they all offer courses on AI.
Okay.
And they range from introductory concepts all the way to really specialized topics like machine learning and natural language processing.
So they're not free though, are they?
Well, a lot of them offer free introductory courses or audits.
Okay.
So you can test the waters before you commit to the paid version.
Right.
And don't forget about all the free resources out there.
Oh, like what?
YouTube channels,
Yeah.
online tutorials, open source libraries. It's amazing what you can find if you do a little digging.
It's like this giant open source AI university
Yeah.
just waiting to be explored.
It really is.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So if online learning is not your thing, maybe boot camps and workshops would be a better fit for you.
Okay, yeah.
They offer a more immersive experience.
Yeah.
You get to collaborate with other learners. You get feedback from, experienced instructors.
Right.
And you work on real-world projects.
So it's like more hands-on.
Yeah, it's like jumping in the deep end of the pool.
But with a lifeguard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got online courses.
Yeah.
We've got free resources. We've got these boot camps and workshops.
Right.
Plenty of options depending on,
Yeah.
how you like to learn and how much money you want to spend.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do these skills, translate into actual career opportunities?
Well, we've already talked about how there's this huge demand for AI professionals, especially in the tech sector. Companies like, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, they're always looking for talent in machine learning, data science, AI engineering.
Those are the hot jobs, right?
Those are the hot jobs. Those are the ones that are going to pay you the big bucks.
Yeah.
But it's not just tech companies anymore.
Right, because we were talking about how AI is impacting,
every industry.
pretty much every industry.
Pretty much every industry, yeah.
Healthcare, finance, manufacturing, retail.
That's correct. Even the arts and entertainment sectors.
So it's really about kind of finding the intersection of your interest and how AI is being applied in those areas.
Yeah. What are you passionate about?
Right.
What do you want to work on?
Yeah.
Because chances are AI is already playing a role in that field.
And that role's only going to grow.
It's only going to grow. Yeah.
So if you're into healthcare, you could use AI to improve diagnoses,
Yeah.
personalized treatments,
Develop new drugs.
even discover new drugs. Wow.
Yeah. The possibilities are really endless.
But this field is evolving so fast. How do you even keep up?
Yeah. That's the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's constantly changing.
Right.
The key is to cultivate a mindset of continuous learning.
Oh, okay. So never stop learning.
Never stop learning. Yeah.
So what you learn today might be outdated tomorrow.
It's very possible. Yeah.
So embrace that challenge.
Embrace the challenge. Stay curious. Stay informed.
Oh, okay.
And don't be afraid to experiment with new tools and technologies.
So it's kind of like riding a wave.
Yeah, it is like riding a wave.
You have to constantly adjust your balance and your approach to stay on top.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And just like surfing, mastering AI requires practice, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace the occasional wipeout.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to fall off the board sometimes, but you got to get back up and keep trying.
Right. So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into the AI skills gap, what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I think the main takeaway is that the future is AI powered.
Okay.
And the time to invest in your AI skills is now.
Right.
Whether you're looking to change careers or enhance your current role.
Yeah.
Or just understand this transformative technology better.
Okay. Right.
There's a path for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And remember, it's not about becoming an AI expert overnight.
Right.
It's about taking that first step.
Yeah, take that first step.
Staying curious and embracing the journey.
Embracing the journey. I like that.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's great advice.
As we wrap up here, I want to leave you with this final thought.
Okay.
What steps can you take today to start developing the AI skills that will be in high demand tomorrow?
That's a great question to ponder.
It is.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the AI skills gap.
Yeah, it was fun.
We hope it sparked your curiosity and given you a better understanding of the opportunities that are out there in this AI-powered world.
Absolutely.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Couldn't have said it better myself.